Well, it looks like there's a lot of momentum building towards the SEC fully adopting a 9-game conference schedule. I couldn't be more excited about this. And I know for a long time, the SEC and the strength of the SEC top to bottom, I understand that 8 games is all they needed to punch their ticket to the college football playoff. The SEC doesn't have anything to prove to anybody. But if you look at the matchups that could be created, the rivalries that could be created as a result of adding that one extra conference game. Now, it's only 8 games overall. I mean, it's not like it's a ridiculous amount of games. You'll have 8 SEC games, SEC versus SEC games that you'll get if they decide to adopt fully this 9-game conference schedule. But it will allow us to revitalize on an annual basis some rivalries that have been lost as a result of the current 8-game SEC scheduling model. Now, some of the pushback is understandable. Some teams will have to play 4 home games. Other teams will have 5 home games. I think that makes sense. Like, I wouldn't want to play 4 home games. I'd want 5, naturally. So I understand that that's going to make things a little bit more challenging. But at the same time, we have to figure out a way to make sure that every single week you have 2, 3, 4, 5 marquee games, and adding that 9th game is important because none of us want to see rivalries like LSU and Auburn go by the wayside. I certainly don't want that game to go away. I don't think we want to see games that still matter very much to particular institutions. I don't want to see those games go away. So while we've protected a lot of rivalries, and I tip the cap to the SEC for being able to do that, you still have Georgia, Florida. You obviously have the Iron Bowl. You have Bama, LSU. You have Bama, Tennessee. You have Texas, Texas A&M. You have Texas, OU. You have Texas, Arkansas. Again, there's a lot of rivalries that have been protected, but I think there are some rivalries that need to be renewed. And now with a 9-game schedule, you'll have a little bit more flexibility to make sure those games get played on an annual basis. So very excited about the momentum that's being created here. How will it affect the SEC long-term as far as playoff? I don't think it's going to affect much, especially if the playoff expands a little bit further and they put an increased premium on strength of schedule, which feels like that's kind of where the world is going for college athletics at the moment anyways. That's what the Big Ten wants. That's what the SEC wants. They're kind of ruling the conversation in the college football playoff expansion. If the criteria changes and strength of schedule becomes the most important part of deciding whether or not a team is worthy of playoff inclusion, then the 9-game schedule makes all the sense in the world. So very, very excited that they're moving in this direction. I hope this gets locked in sooner than later.